think you should.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Paulo with another Reef update. Still battling some cyano. The sand bed right now looks pretty clean because I ended up doing like about a 30-gallon water change, and I did siphon some of the sand bed. The update's more about the lighting. You can't really tell much, but I ended up installing the second T5 fixture. So now I'm running on 2 Kessels, which are LEDs, and then 2 Coralife 48-inch fixtures with ATI light bulbs. I'm running 1 Coral Plus, 1 Blue Plus, and 2 Aqua Blue Special. And they're on for anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. I have them hooked up to the apex, and I really like the way the tank looks. As you can see the shimmer effect still on film. However, it's not as much as when I was running just the Kessels by themselves. I have everything up and running right now. I have both Tunses. I have the MaxSpec gyre running, and usually when I would film, I would have to turn all those pumps off, and sometimes even the return to kind of stop that shimmer effect. Not so much now that I'm augmenting with the T5 bulbs. It does look a bit wider, and it's kind of due to the fact that it's midday, and I have the Kessels kind of on a light cycle where it starts off pretty dark, pretty blue. It gets lighter throughout the day, and then towards the nighttime it starts getting bluer. But for filming purposes, this is probably the best time frame for me to film. That, and the fact that the wife and kids are not home, so the noise is kind of, I don't have to close the door to where I have the fish tank at, and it's nice and fairly quiet. So I'll go ahead and try to zoom in on the tank itself. I've been debating on adding a goby to kind of stir up the sand bed. I am getting kind of tired of dealing with the whole cyano. The tank looks good for about a day or two, and then the cyano kind of comes back. I did do my GFO and carbon change today, so I'm running 1 cup of the regular GFO that I get from Bulk Reef Supply, and about 3/4 cup of Rox Point 08, I believe, carbon media. All the coral's still doing pretty good. What I ended up doing with some of the coral is I actually picked the coral up, took a toothbrush to the bottom part, and tried to brush off some of the algae and some of the cyano as it's kind of creeping up on the coral. The candy cane you see on that left part of the tank, I ended up moving the hammer coral towards the back and that candy cane toward the front, just so I could kind of monitor its progress. The candy cane was doing awesome when I had them in the Red Sea Max 250, which was running on T5 bulbs only. Since switching over to this tank and swapping over to LED, the SPS coral has grown perfectly fine. My bird's nest, as you can see, is pretty massive compared to when I first got it. So it's kind of weird, people ask, do LEDs grow SPS coral? And it's kind of funny, the SPS coral's done fine, perfectly fine on my tank with the LEDs. However, like the LPS, the candy cane, I ended up, like the green star polyps, I think they ended up just dying out when I did the changeover to the LEDs. I actually got rid of that rock where they were growing because they wouldn't even pop up anymore. If you look at some of my previous videos when I first started this tank up, the green star polyps were doing perfectly fine, and they're a very hardy coral. However, like I said, I did notice that change when running just LEDs. So I'm kind of hoping of getting kind of the best of both worlds. Now running with the T5s and the LEDs. It's not just a bright white looking type tank. You'll get some shades of blue throughout the day. and you know, hopefully that candy cane coral can recover. Before, I could not stop that candy cane coral from splitting. They would just split all the time, and I remember when I first started, it was just a small, you know, piece, and under T5s it just grew like crazy. So I'll do a follow-up on that probably within the next month or so to see how they're doing. As you can see right now, they are fairly white, and but they're still alive. So I have some hopes now with these 4 T5 bulbs on them. The way I have it set up is, I'll go ahead and move the tripod so I can show you the way I have it set up, because you can't see it too much from the front. But I have the Kessels in the middle, and the vents are exposed for those of you that are going to worry about the cooling fans. They are, you know, they are receiving some cooling, and then they are kind of sandwiched in between the 2 T5 fixtures, so that, you know, the light spread is, you know, is good enough for everything, you know, the corals in the back and the front to receive an adequate amount of light. Now, I did end up hanging these lights, these T5 light fixtures. I went to Home Depot, and I don't know if you can tell or see the steel cable. This is just like a kit that they sell at Home Depot to hang like mirrors or frames and stuff like that, and it comes with a whole bunch of little accessories. So I kind of just did a DIY, drilled some holes in the T5 fixture, and I just kind of made it work. And it's just hopefully, you know, some of the coral that I was having issues with, like the candy cane, can recover. Green star polyps are out, you know, they're completely out of the tank. And I'm hoping to soon just shake this cyano issue, because I'm trying to just kind of like let it run its course. I have had cyano issues before, but I just hate the way the tank looks with it. You know, I'll get in there and kind of scrub some of the rocks off, turn up the power on the gyre. I mean, you know, it is due to you know, it's said that it's due to excessive feeding, nutrients in the tank, lack of flow. However, when I turn the flow up on the gyre and the tunses, because the tunses are also adjustable, you know, some of the LPS, the frog spawn, the torch, and the hammer will not open up as much. So I'm just hoping that cyano goes away sooner than later, because the tank is looking fairly ugly, and I'm also kind of debating on just going bare bottom tank due to the whole cyano issue. But I'll try to wait, you know, a little bit longer, and hopefully the tank recovers in a decent amount of time to where I don't have to do that. Or another option would be just to take out all of the sand and come back in with all black Hawaiian, because, you know, that's what I wanted originally, just to the black bottom look, black sand bed. But because of the siphoning I've had to do and the prior sand bed I had, it's caused that mixture to where it has that salt and pepper type look now, with mixing the black Hawaiian with the Indo-Pacific. Well, I've talked enough. Hope you guys like the update. Do me a favor, hit that like button, and if you don't like it, go ahead and, you know, hit that dislike button too. Don't forget to comment, subscribe. You guys take it easy and enjoy the rest of your weekend.